Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to a new AMA at Started. Tonight we're talking with Isra. He is the spokesperson on the English side, at least, for Bit. You gotta help me for a second. Is it Bitcointry, Bitcointry, Try? What is it? Let's start with that. Good evening, Isra.
Good evening. Nice to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, this is Bitcointry.
Okay, Bitcointry. Okay, I can work with that. Good evening. How are you doing, Isra?
I'm great. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm just all I can say right now. What I'm doing is keeping my fingers crossed that my internet will be fine. But it seems all right so far. So let's just hit it off. Um, well, people, tonight is going to be a bit different. As mentioned, Israel is talking on behalf of the team, but one of the team members is also in the chat and will also be answering questions there. So we'll see how it goes, but we're just gonna do it. Oh, kind of freestyle. I'll just go with the flow, I guess. So, Isra, can you explain a bit about the project itself, what it entails, and what are you about?
Yeah, sure. So Bitcointry Exchange, it's a platform that strives to offer a secure and convenient way for users to trade their assets. It offers an innovative solution that combines the strengths of both centralized and decentralized exchanges. What makes us unique is our integration of Web3 wallets. It provides our users with exceptional control over their funds. You can easily transfer your assets to your personal wallet whenever you want. It just guarantees and enhances the security and confidence.
So, what you basically are saying is that you can connect your, for example, MetaMask wallet to it as well.
Yes, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid system. It works both as decentralized and centralized.
I like that idea. I mean, yes, we need it centralized, but preferably go for the decentralized, and you basically manage to pick a way that people can still use that thing that they're used to, like MetaMask cross wallet. I think
Yeah,
that's solid. Like they don't have to
exactly.
switch from something that they know.
Exactly. Yes, that's right.
Okay. Okay. About the team a bit, because you're a spokesperson, because of the English, well, the language, let's put it like that. So, where is the team from and what is their experience in crypto?
Right. Yes. So the team is based in Turkey. It consists of developers, designers, researchers, and other professionals. They have abundance knowledge in the crypto space. Let me just tell you about our CEO, Halil, who hopefully will be joining us soon. He's got a tremendous knowledge of an experience of crypto. Back in 2017, for example, he was a co-owner of, and he coded a previous exchange. It was a crypto exchange under the name of BitX Live. He ran that successfully for about 6 years. About a year ago, he sold off his shares. He had another vision of the project he's in now, Bitcointry. He sold off his shares. He still serves as an advisor to the previous exchange that he established himself. So it shows you he's been around for a long time. He knows what he's doing, and that gives you a little bit of an idea of the team working at Bitcointry.
All right. So, well, like you mentioned, he's in here since, well, at least 2017. So that sounds good. He knows his way around crypto, so that's promising. So about your token a bit, it's on BSC, Arbitrum, but it's also on ETH, and I can't remember the other one. I'm sorry about that. But why did you choose to launch on these chains?
Yes, good question. Yes, so the other one is coaching. So it's available on
That was it,
BSC
yeah.
or Ethereum and coaching. It basically just to give more exposure and accessibility for users that prefer other chains. Each chain comes with its own good features. Some are fast, some are cheap, some are cheap fees, some are lower fees, some are more secure. So it gives the buyers or the traders to use their preferred chain.
All right, fair enough. The more chains you're on, the more exposure. I mean, everybody has a preference, right? Some people just stick with these, others just stick with BSC, for example.
Exactly.
So fair enough. Okay, on your website, I saw something about the bug bounty. And to begin with, can you explain a bit about that? What does that entail?
So the bug bounty basically was an initiative to encourage our community and our users to discover and report any potential security vulnerabilities, I guess, and any or bugs on the platform. And if they found any, we would reward them, and their help would enhance the security and scalability and overall experience of the platform. We'll find those bugs, fix the issue, and make it a better platform for everybody.
Okay, but the bounty, like does that depend on the bug you found, or is it how is it set up?
That's a question that I guess Halil would have answered better. But
That's
there were
fine.
rewards. There were rewards back in. I remember a few rewards being given out to the community. They were in form of our exchange token, and we
Yeah.
had a lot of. We did have some bugs reported, and people were giving us feedback. Yes.
Okay, so let's just forget about the numbers for a second. I mean, I think it's already awesome that you do something like that. That you obviously you need your users to find bugs, but you're rewarding them for it as well. I mean, yes, we care about numbers, but let's forget about them for a second. I mean, it's you basically reward people for supporting your project in that way by sending them the native token.
Yes,
Cool.
and by doing that, I mean, it gives more confidence and it brings the community more together. It's like we're all in it together. It gives the feel of like a family, in this space. Everyone's doing their bit.
Yeah, that's it exactly, and that's what you want to reach. At least that's what I would want to reach. So, for the sake of curiosity, I'm still a woman. I want to know everything. What's the biggest bug you ran into?
That's a great question. Um, I think the most recent one I feel is really giving our devs a hard time. What's happened is currently our app is down because the app recently there's been an update on the wallet that we were using,
Mm-hmm.
and because they had an update up to version 2, it caused the problems like some of our chains were not being able to we couldn't take withdraw or deposit using it through using our app. So I mean, it worked fine on our browser, but when we use the same app on our Exchange app, it's not working. I think that's a big problem currently. I can't remember anything that's taken more than 3 days, 4 days to fix before. And the team's working on this. I mean, I think there was CIC, for example, there was another exchange ARP token that would be, this wouldn't, we couldn't withdraw them or deposit them through the app. So that's the biggest issue that I think we've come across.
Okay, well, thank you for the transparency. I mean, that takes a lot. I mean,
The team, yeah,
obviously people will
the team
find.
is currently working on it. I think he's
Yeah.
almost there. Yes, he updated me this morning. He said he's nearly done it, and it should be ready to go within next week, hopefully.
Well, it's a shame that you ran into that problem, but every development, every update, whatever, can run into a bug. And like I said, I'm glad that you give the transparency. I mean, yes, if people jump in the chat, they will see it anyway. But you could have just, I don't know, went over the question like nothing. So thank you for that. Sorry. you also offer staking, right? You offer this for all the tokens that are listed with you, or is it an option if a token wants to list with you that they can basically buy that option in the
Yes, that's
package?
right. So currently, yes. So currently we have the offer. The staking option is on our BTTY, the exchange token, and you can also stake USDT on our exchange. For other tokens, yes, they do have an opportunity to have that function, but that comes with a premium package. So if they buy the premium package, they will have this feature that they can use for their token.
All right, all right. And prices of these packages, they will be given when they reach out to you for a listing, or can they be found
Yes,
somewhere?
yes, we do have. So we have a listing form request that they fill in, and actually, I think many of our. I think I've shared it on one of the community groups before. Our prize package, listing package. It's there. We do share whenever somebody asks. We can
Okay,
share it.
well, feel free to drop it in the chat at one point, because you never know. Maybe someone has a token. I mean,
Sure,
plenty of people
sure,
in here have a token, and they might be interested. So feel
definitely,
free
sure.
to drop it.
I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, why not use the opportunity when you have it? I mean, that's what the others do as well. They share their information and their updates and stuff. So go for it.
Great. Thank you
Um,
very
no problem at all. Um, about the listing, how do you decide if you want to list a token? What are the requirements for it?
much. That's a great question. Well, speaking to Halil and the other guys previously, it's the evaluation process carefully throughout, taking in consideration things like legitimacy, the team's transparency, credibility, token utility, and such things like that are taken in consideration. However, I do remember this question reminds me of um, demand. It depends also on demand of the token. A few months ago, when ZK Error, this is a new chain, I don't know if you heard of it. It had a sort of a buzz going around about this new chain, and we had a project from that chain approach us. It was a brand new project because it was a brand new chain also, and not many people have heard about it. And they approached us and they said, "Look, we've tried to get listed on approach other exchanges. Because we are a new project and on a new chain. They taking too much time. They're giving us a long time to have us listed and check our chain. So we spoke to Halil, and believe it or not, this also shows you the credibility of the team. They saw it was in high demand, and it was a buzz around that around the whole chain itself. They implemented the chain and deployed the token within 7 hours of the request. That was for me when I saw that. For me, that was very impressive because I've seen uh, if some of the group community members here, they would know me. I'm from CIC. I'm invested in CIC. I remember when they got listed onto the exchange. They said they've applied, and their response was it takes up to 2 weeks for exchanges to integrate a new
Yeah,
chain onto their exchange. So that was in my mind when these guys approached us, and they were saying we want to be listed straight away. And Halil said, okay, we'll do it by the end of the day. And I'm like, how is he going to do it at the end of the day? And he did it. They worked really hard, and within 7 hours, a brand new chain, new coding, and the token was listed on our exchange.
that's impressive. I gotta admit that. I mean, if others take 2 weeks, and obviously that will be partly be a research and stuff like that, but still, if others take 2 weeks and you did it
Well,
in 7 hours,
shows,
that's impressive.
yes, it shows the experience of the team as well, and the
Yeah,
quality of developers that we've got here in Bitcointry.
exactly. But regarding the requirements, does the team have to do a KYC or at least have an audit or something
Yes,
like that?
yes, there is KYC, and the team. So that comes down to transparency and credibility, and yes, they do consider all these things before listing.
Okay, cool. So it's still, well, you still pay attention about safety as well instead of just
Yes, of course,
speed. Okay,
safety,
awesome.
paramount.
Safety comes first.
Exactly.
Okay. So when a token is listed with you, I reckon you take a percentage of something, like from every buy and sell that happens with a token that's listed, right?
Yes. Oh, so you're asking about if we take any
Yeah, fees or
percentage fee? Yeah.
percentages.
Trading
Yeah.
fees, yes, of course. Yes. There is a small amount, 0.2% trading fee, but which, by the way, you can further reduce by 50% if you're holding our exchange token. So our exchange token works similar to like other exchange tokens, for example, BNB or other tokens such as where if you hold that, you will get a reduction in the trading fee.
Yeah, I read that. That was a later question. If you don't mind, I'll jump to that real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Because is there a minimum of amount of tokens that you need to hold, or if I let's say hold one token of BTTY, then I'll be able to use that 50% discount.
Yeah, well, we do take that a small. The commission is taken off from the BTDY, I think. Again, that's a good question for Halil to answer. But as far as I know, a small percentage is taken off the exchange token, a very small, which isn't 0.2. It would be half. It would be much less. Be commission.
All right, cool. Sounds good. I mean, everybody likes a discount, especially with women. I mean, we go
Yes,
shopping and tell people, yeah, it's only $4. So,
great,
so
thanks.
that's okay. Let me check my questions real quick. Okay. Let's see. So we already covered the MetaMask part that you just have to connect your wallet, and you can buy basically every token that's listed with you. So that's awesome as well. You already mentioned it. Your decentralized exchange and a centralized exchange. Um, the part of the centralized exchange, I reckon that's a bit different. Like you need a KYC to withdraw your funds, right?
Right, yes. Okay,
Okay, and
so
what? Yeah.
you're asking us if we require KYC for trading and withdrawing.
Well, for the CEX part, I mean, the decentralized exchange part, obviously you don't need a KYC, otherwise it's not decentralized. But
Yeah,
the centralized exchange part, like the withdrawal of funds to put them in your
right.
bank account, for example, how far does that KYC go? Do I need to KYC with just my bank account or also with my passport?
Great question. Right. So the KYC is not mandatory. It's not a mandatory requirement for trading on Bitcointry. You just connect your Web3 wallet. You send your funds through your Web3 wallet into our exchange. Do the trade. What you mentioned about the CEX. So CEX feature on our exchange is like we have a spot trading feature, for example, that's similar to the centralized exchange, where you don't find that on a decentralized exchange. And because of that, we give liquidity to our assets, which you don't find on just a DEX. You find that on a CEX. So no, KYC isn't mandatory, and once you've done your trade, you can withdraw your assets back into your Web3 wallet. However, if you want to withdraw, say you've made the trade on our exchange, and you have these funds, and you want to send them over to not your own Web3 wallet. You want to send them to, say, Binance, your Binance wallet or Coinbase wallet. For that, yes, you will need to do KYC. It's just a very simple. You need one ID card or something like that, but it's a requirement to do that. I think that just effectively prevents money laundering and further strengthens the safety of your asset. So it's about security after all.
Well, otherwise it wouldn't be a centralized exchange part, right? If it's not against to prevent money laundering and stuff like that. So I completely get that. I did miss the part though. Are you able to withdraw funds to your bank account straight away? Like if let's say I did a trade, I got my ETH, and
Or did
I
you
want
ask
to
about
get
the bank?
my money in my bank account?
Or the bank? No, you can't do that. Not at the moment. That we don't have that feature at the moment. That's because of some regulations in Turkey. However, the team is fully ready, and they always, the researchers are always looking out for any updates on this matter. And as soon as this option is available in Turkey, this team's on standby, and this feature will be our very next feature when we are able to do so. Have be able to trade, use your bank card, for example. Yes, that will be coming, depending on the situation in Turkey.
Exactly. Okay.
However,
Awesome.
I mean, that's a global. That's for people out of Turkey. If you're in Turkey, we already there is a contracted bank, which is called VKAF Bank in Turkey. It's a government bank, and all our Turkish users can use that bank and deposit their TRY, Turkish lira, into the exchange and withdraw with no problems.
Awesome. So you're already working on that road. Cool.
Yes.
Sounds good. Lots of building to do. I can hear that, but I can also hear that you already did lots of building. So I like that. Okay, in your white paper, you mentioned that you want to partner with the top industry experts to ensure your platform remains at the forefront of the industry. You already made partnerships or have partnerships in mind?
Great question. There are companies that Halil has been negotiating with in the background. We spoke about this in our last meeting a couple of weeks ago. What I got from him back is partnerships will come quickly, but everyone's on standby. It's his main issue, his main concern at the moment is to have an app working without
Yeah,
any issue. He wants a flawless app working
fair
before
enough.
he brings in big partners, big players into the project, and that's
Fair enough.
what he's working on.
That's really fair enough. I mean, you got to get everything in check before you drag in partners and stuff like that. I mean, that's a fair decision to make to focus on that first and then go for partnership. I was just curious, otherwise I wouldn't ask it, obviously.
No
But
problem. Thank you.
uh,
Thank you too.
so no, that's cool. Okay, another thing I found in the white paper is this is another quotation. Conflicting regulations in different countries can make it difficult for cryptocurrency exchanges and businesses to operate globally. Well, we actually see it with Binance, right? It shuts down trading in country after country, starting with the Netherlands. Whoop, whoop. Uh, you already thought of a way to cover this in the future? I mean, I know your focus is Turkey right now, but like in the future, already thought about a way to cover this issue?
The issue of what exactly of being able to trade on the exchange?
Well, the conflicting regulations, like every country has its own regulations, right? Turkey has others than the
Yes.
Netherlands
Right.
has others than Belgium. Uh, for example, you have a legal teams on standby, or will you be working with legal teams to make sure that this will not become an issue for you guys?
Yes, sure. The team does have researchers on this, and Halil himself, thankfully, as mentioned earlier, he's got vast experience on this, and if anything does come up, he does have an answer to it. And one answer already is the decentralized part of this project. You can trade. You can use our app from anywhere in the world. Just connect your Web3 wallet. Won't even need any VPN or anything. So the trading feature is always accessible.
Well, as you guys know, I'm in Iran right now, and believe me, I'm gonna try that after this AMA. Because I need a VPN for everything right now. I mean, crypto is not regulated here, so I reckon I would be able to do it without VPN. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try yours. Now I'm curious.
Great, thank you very much. You're welcome.
So I'm gonna do that. Okay, another thing, I'm focused on the white paper now. I think you already noticed that, and especially quotations. Another thing I found was that many individuals are unaware of how to properly secure their digital assets, making them vulnerable to security breaches. I see an option or an opportunity to educate people. What is your thought about this? And not just from the team, but yours as well. Like, what do you think about that?
Individually, yeah, of course, it's paramount being able, having education on security, to make sure your assets are secure and to keep yourself safe from, these cyber threats and all this phishing going around. It's paramount and it's a must need. And for that, Bitcointry, we share regular articles on our Telegram. We recently started our Medium article, and we will be sharing more on this regarding safety measures, taking safety measures on a regular basis. As we get through these developments on the app side, very soon you'll see these resources on the main page as you open our app. We'll have banners and links to articles about safety and making sure our customers, our traders, users are all up to date with these things.
Sounds good. I mean, we all yell, "Do your due diligence and don't click links and stuff like that." But education is where it's all about. So it's good that you're already working on that, but that you're already focusing on that part as well. You're not just working on it; you're focusing on that as well. So I like that, and I think especially as a centralized, decentralized exchange, in general, you have that role. I mean, projects, yes, they can yell, do you due diligence and stuff like that. But as an exchange, you have a certain role in educating people. So I'm actually happy that you're already on that train.
All right, thank you.
So you guys are also talking about banking, and I can confirm that this can be an issue. I mean, my bank doesn't allow me to connect to KuCoin, which makes me having to transfer my funds somewhere else to be able to withdraw. Since it's such a major issue, it kind of feels mean to ask this question, but does your team, except for the bank they already have the agreement or the partnership with, does your team have any way in mind to solve this? Like, you just go on with partnerships with banks, and then as soon as you go outside of Turkey, do that with banks in the Netherlands, for example, as well? Or how is the team looking at that part?
Yeah, sure. I just mentioned earlier so the Turkish for people in Turkey, we already have a partnership and a contracted bank, which is the State Bank of Turkey, Wakif Bank. So we already have that in place for the people in Turkey. Now, outside of Turkey, using debit cards and stuff like that, or fast transfer. Again, we just touched on that above. We're waiting on some regulations from the Turkish government. As soon as we see the opportunity, everything is in place, and we will be the first. We will be the first exchange in Turkey to provide you with this service. That's already ready. What's stopping us is it's the government policy.
Yeah, I like the fact that in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was like, why would you just focus on one country when there's a whole world uh, that is actually looking for solutions? But I like the fact that you're just focusing on Turkey first. Like they're based there. It's easy with the language. The regulations are easier to figure out. So it's actually cool that you jumped on that one first. But you will be spreading out eventually, right? Like I already asked you,
Absolutely, yes,
you'll be
yeah,
working with.
absolutely. And the reason why we are focusing on Turkey is not necessarily that the team is in Turkey. Uh, that's not that is a part of it, but crypto is gaining a lot of popularity in Turkey.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's. I mean, this past bull run, the users in Turkey really, they came in numbers.
yeah,
Turkey's economy challenge, many see it as an alternative to traditional financial systems. There's a huge market out there, and people are moving towards crypto assets, and that's the reason we are targeting Turkey. Talking about uh, global, yes, of course. Crypto would be crypto if it's just focused on one country. It's of course it's for everybody, and we have everybody in mind, and this will all come.
yeah. I'm curious to see what's going to be the next country you're jumping into. I mean, I can ask that question, but you obviously want to finish Turkey first. Let's put it like that, and then look like who is the next candidate. I
Yes, I
honestly
mean,
think Iran will be a good one as well because crypto is it's growing over here as well, especially Turkey are looking for a different way to uh, work with your money. Let's put it like that. So, but that's just the tip. No, but I get that. First Turkey, and when that's settled, go for another one. Awesome. I like you that you're not spreading yourself thin. Like I said in the beginning, I thought why just go for one, but finish one and then jump to the other.
yes,
That's the best strategy.
yes, exactly. And it's as far as the trading experience goes, I mean, uh, the opportunity to trade on our exchange, as mentioned before, you can do it from anywhere in the world. You won't need VPN. You could just, log into your Web3 wallet and connect using their browser, and you're on, and you're ready to go with our exchange.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sounds really good, actually. I mean, Bearded Citizen is already. He mentioned in the chat that he's not from Turkey and he used the exchange with great success. The onboarding and offboarding is all I haven't done, but I use a lot of exchanges that way. So we already have some users here. So
Great.
that's awesome. Okay,
Excellent.
let's jump to another one. You already mentioned this in your white paper as well. Like I said, I'm white paper orientated right now. The market is constantly developing and you have to keep up. Do you have got a team to research ongoing developments and how to best to implement them, or how are you keeping up?
Yes, I think we had covered this with the experience, the vast experience Halil brings with him
Mm-hmm.
already, and he has a team of researchers who are
Okay.
looking at any development in Turkey regarding crypto. So yes, they're just ready and waiting for the right time and right move. For example, we mentioned about the using the bank credit card or a debit card or a bank transfer from internationally, other than just Turkey. We have things ready. We in Turkey, they're not, because it's not allowed to use that at the moment. As soon as there is something positive from Turkish government, the team it'll be done in a day. It's all ready. Everything is ready for that.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But like you mentioned, he has a team of researchers. That's actually what I was curious about because crypto is moving fast. One day this can be hot, and the other day people are asking for something else. But he has a team that's basically paying attention to that and keeping an eye on that. So that's awesome. So he can move as fast as with the project as he did with the listing of 7 hours, right?
Yes, that's
That's
right.
just put, yeah. Okay,
There's
awesome.
there's there's something I'd like to add as well. As far as I've searched and I've looked for, I've not seen any DeFi application as such as a bit as in a crypto exchange that offers a spot trading feature on their platform that's available on both iOS and Android. I'm not aware of any. Bitcointry is the only one in my opinion or in my research so far. If there is one, there are far too less because it's very hard to find. And even if you do find one, we like to see the quality, compare it with our platform. I think Bitcointry is already ahead, and we've laid down the foundation. We're just tweaking up, to make it more user friendly and take away these bugs and make sure everything's running smoothly. And once we've done this, we're ready for marketing. Everything's in place, but it's just got to be the right time.
Exactly. Everybody, I keep saying that every AMA, or at least I keep thinking it every AMA. Everything has its timing. So I mean,
Exactly.
you can start booming with marketing now, but if your app, like the issue you're experiencing now, is not fully working, then marketing is useless. It's just a waste of money.
Exactly, and it's not a market for it. I mean, at the moment we're going
Yeah.
through a bear market. It doesn't make any sense to spend so much money on marketing. We actually did do some in the first quarter of this year. It's a hard job marketing. There's so much cons and scams out there, but we did do it, and we did it to such a success. It was successful, but because of the market overall, it's just didn't feel right for us to continue with the marketing. Or, for example, we on our roadmap we did have another listing scheduled, an exchange listing scheduled in the second quarter. We didn't go for that just yet. We have to look at the situation of the market. It's why spend something
Fair enough.
that sort of money now when we could do it at the right time. And sometimes with situations like this, the community, some people do get disheartened, but they've got to look at the broader picture, the longer picture, of where we're at and what's right for us. We have to make sure that any steps taken have to be at the right time.
Exactly. I mean, I can't remember during which AMA it was, but what somebody said, like, bear market is build market. And I mean, the more you build now, the more you can market when the bull run hits. And marketing right now, all it does is create a bit of hype at that point, and that's it. I
That's
mean,
great. Yes,
it's
exactly, and
I like the
that's what the team is doing. Sorry, go on.
no, go on, I'll wait.
Yeah, and that you're right.
I'll let
Bear
explain
market,
in a minute for
bear
you.
market is build market, and that's what
Yeah,
the team is doing. They're more focused on building and making sure everything is is right before we start marketing and before the bull market comes in. Our focus of the team, whenever we have these meetings, is that exactly that we have to make sure. The bug that we recently mentioned that we're having currently, our apps down, it's something that's came up about 2 weeks ago. Before that, with the previous version, it was absolutely working fine. It was working smooth. With this new, these things come up, and it takes time. It's not just sometimes it's done very fast. Sometimes it takes time to make sure it's things have to be working smoothly, and that's what we're
exactly. Well, I also the thing I like about this fact is that you also held off of the listing, the exchange. I mean, if you would have done it again, it would have created a bit of hype, and then it would go back to normal because the market isn't there. It's not ready.
Yes, that's right. And if I guess I'm free to say this, from what I've spoken with the team, I think our next listing is due in the first quarter of next year. Just when the ETFs and everything, hopefully the market will be changing then, and that's when we'll be going on our next listing.
Yeah.
It's something that we're aware of. We know our community is waiting for, and as an investor in this project myself, I'm eagerly waiting too. But you have to look at the bigger picture. When is the right time to do this?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I like it. I mean, most projects still keep pumping the exchange listings and whatever, just for the sake of doing it. But there is actually thought behind this. Awesome. Okay. The taxes on the buy and the sell of BTTY, what are those, and how are these divided? Are they
So,
even taxes?
so you asking about taxes? Or on the so if you buy on PancakeSwap, for example, there is no tax, zero tax,
Okay.
and yes, there's no tax.
Okay, and the other, bank, we had ETH, we had BSD, we had ARB, we had. I keep forgetting the other one. Damn me. Are there
Core
taxes on
chain.
that
No,
one?
no. There's so you trade these on the uh, decentralized exchange. No, there are no fees. This is zero
Okay.
tax.
Okay.
Zero tax.
Okay. So the revenue stream will be created by the listings, right?
Yes, revenue is created by the listings.
Okay.
We've been around. We launched back in January. Since then, we've listed the top. From some. I think there was a question just now I've seen from Moonpass, and he's asking how many currencies are listed on Bitcointry. I think about 70 plus are listed. Majority of them being in the top 100. And liquidity is not an issue on our exchange. We integrated with three top exchanges, for example, Binance, Coinbase, and Gate.io. So liquidity is never a problem when trading these top 100 projects. And we have had other projects come and ask have made listings with us, and any fees that we're getting from them, we're keeping that aside, and we've got enough for marketing, and again, marketing will come at just at the right time, when least expected, what the best time.
Right. Well, especially when you least expect it. Otherwise, it's just gonna buy the room or sell the news. So, okay, I'm gonna jump to the community questions now. I want to make clear, guys. I call Iswan is the spokesperson of Bitcointry, but he's actually, and he already mentioned it himself, he's actually an investor that is really close with the team. So if there are questions that he does not know the answer to, I basically give him a free pass, and we'll just ask the questions to the core team and get the answers anyway. And I will add them to the write up as soon as I catch up on the other twos I still have to do. You didn't hear that. I'm gonna jump to it. If you know the answer, just fill it. If you don't, just be honest. Still good friends, and we'll get the answers anyway.
I'm
How
sure,
does
yes.
that sound?
If there isn't
Yeah,
anything, if there isn't a question that I can't answer, join us. Halil is around most of the time. If he's not, he's working on the project, and there will be
exactly.
no question not answered. Feel free to ask anything.
Exactly. I mean, if he's not here, then it's because he's working on the project. We always like that sound. So I'm gonna jump to the community questions right now. And like I said, if you can't answer it, it's all good. We're just gonna forward them to him, and we'll get the answers for the guys anyway. Okay, so one question, and that's why Goldbrook asked that one. What are a few obstacles that are keeping Bitcointry from gaining more notice and higher market cap?
Right. Well, there's a few factors. Firstly, higher market cap. We've talked about that. Since our
Yeah.
launch, I think if you check the, um, CoinGecko, CG, CMC, if you check that our launch was in January and our lowest price was on January 11th. Since then, our market cap has, or the price of the token has increased over 150%. So we're higher than we've launched. But yes, so the question now remains, what's stopping us from going even higher? Well, and a couple of factors again. One is of the current situation of the bear market. I mean, you look at any project at the moment. Most of them, they're in a stagnant sort of situation. Nothing is really happening in the bear market. Um, so that's another reason, and of course, the main reason is marketing, and we haven't marketed this anywhere, and that's why I think there's a huge potential of what we're doing, and what the project we have. Once marketing starts, I'm in no delusion thinking it's not going to go up. Definitely, absolutely, I'm very optimistic that once marketing and the market itself is in a better situation, we will definitely see an increase in the price.
Well, and keep sorry. That was my voice cracking up. Let's not forget the fact that every time a token lists with you, there is free marketing as well. So even
Yes.
if you're holding off from marketing yourself, the market isn't right now. I mean, and you're still above launch price. I mean, not many tokens can say that right now. And well, if you got a real utility like you guys, I'm pretty sure you will get higher. But right now, it's just the market. And yes, you can put everything on the market. I mean, I do know that there are utility projects that still growing in their market cap, but they are just a bit different projects. Awesome projects, but different.
Yes. And to be fair, I mean, we're not doing bad. We are
No,
fine.
not at all.
Yes. We're doing fine. Even this bear market, like I mentioned, since our launch, we're up. We're not going down. And yes, it's been a few months that we at this same market cap, and which is a good thing in a way. I mean, if we stood firm on this market cap even through the bear market. It's not going down. Our holders are with us. We have a
Exactly.
strong community, and as soon as the market picks up, I'm sure that we will pick up with it.
All right, let's hope so. Let's see. This is a bit of the same questions. I'm gonna combine them. I'm gonna ask them both at the same time. Um, how can BTTY differentiate itself from other DEX and SEX in the future? And could you compare your listing fees and package? And like I already said, drop it in the chat so we can actually compare it ourselves to some other similar CEX, and why what Bitcointry offers is better for a token or a project. Like I said, it's two questions, but they're kind of similar. Like, why would people choose for Bitcointry? Like
Why?
projects choose for Bitcointry.
So why would people choose Bitcointry to list their projects? Is that the question?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's it. That's it's
Well,
in short.
okay. In short, what is coming up here? So how can Bitcoin differentiate itself from the other DEX? Yeah. How do we compare listing fees? Well, if you look at similar, firstly, I don't know of many similar hybrid exchanges. There are a few out there, but to be honest with you, I've not checked their price listings. However, I'm quite sure of a few other, for example, CoinSpit or the lower tier exchanges. Compared to them, our prices are very affordable, and they're very they're worth their value. You can check, you can see how the quality of the exchange itself, how it functions, the features we have. Our quality is better, and
Yeah.
paying, I would say, lower than the ones that I've seen. Our fees are lower, and you get a better service. So,
All
this
right.
is
And
sorry.
talking about service, you offer 24-hour support. That's awesome as well. Super Salmon actually dropped the list that you sent him earlier. Like, there are several reasons why you should trade on Bitcointry. Here are a few. Well, that's the trading part, not the listing part, but I get it. I mean, eventually exchanges are expensive, and you only have so much money to spend as a project. And if you as Bitcointry are cheaper than others and still offering the same or better, then why not go for you? I mean, yes,
Exactly.
everybody wants that tier one listing, but hey, let's hope you eventually get in that range, that you will be that tier one that everybody wants.
Exactly. I think the sky is the limit for Bitcointry, and what we're
Yeah.
doing is very different. And why should somebody? Another reason you should list with us is because sky is the limit for us. It's best to get in now, before
You just started.
we take off. Before we take off,
Yeah.
and whilst the prices are very low and affordable now, I mean, it won't always be. Of course, as we grow, the prices will increase. So it's like getting an early deal with us if you're listing with us now.
Exactly, and let's be honest. I mean, yes, you launched in January. That's like 8 months ago. Well, the 1st of January, so that's a bit more than 8 months ago. But still, I mean, you're early, and at this point, you're just covering Turkey, and you will expand from there. So, whatever. If you list with you guys, if you buy the token, people are still early. It's just the start, in my opinion, when it
Exactly.
counts to this. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
Okay, I had another question. Moonpass asked that one. He also asked the question, is it really safe? And he added the question, how safe is bridging assets with Bitcointry? We know bridges are usually easy to hack. Is there a liquidity in your bridge? And also, how fast is it?
I've used the bridge myself. It's very fast, so it's a one-stop exchange. Again, we want to make sure you have many features, and everything. Bitcoin serves you for any crypto-related matter. So yes, we've got the bridge in there. I've used it. It's safe. It worked very well, quite fast. I mean, which means I don't have to go onto multi-chain or some other third website or something. I can do it all on one stop on Bitcointry. As far as the liquidity is concerned, that's something I need Halil to answer. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. No, don't.
I've
It's right.
I've shared.
I'm actually surprised about all the answers. So no sorries or whatever. You're good. You're good. We'll
Okay,
forgive you this one.
thank you very much. Thank you for that. I've just shared my the packages, and bear in mind these are due to go up. These are our packages before we were listed as an exchange on CoinGecko, um, which itself was a big hurdle, a big thing for us to be acknowledged as an exchange, and now you can track us down on Bitcoin on CoinGecko as an exchange, and hopefully CMC is coming up very soon. We're in talks with them, and our once how this benefits, it gives us more exposure. It shows the legitimacy of our project, and
Yeah.
um, and hopefully we'll bring in more projects will want to list with us. And as we grow, of course, our prices won't remain the same. The team has worked very hard for what they've accomplished so far, and I'm sure it's only going to get better. So this is a time to have yourself listed.
Well, that's a good sales talk. I'm glad you're taking the moment. I'm like I said, we got plenty of projects in here. Okay, I got two more questions from the community, and then we're gonna do that awesome rocket race. Okay, recently we saw problems where MetaMask and Uniswap will start to track our wallets, our data, cookies, IP address, browser language, wallet screening via third-party analytics. Can you tell us how Bitcointry is approaching this problem, and do you collect user data? Tell us about your user privacy. You do have a privacy policy on your website, right?
Yes, there is. So, do we collect user data? Again, that's a very good question. And, something Halil, I think he's online.
Okay.
I'm going to forward this question to him. Hopefully, we get this answer. But how do we? Well, how will we deal with this? Well, I remember speaking with Halil a couple of months ago about a wallet. Maybe you will see Bitcointry, have its own Web3 wallet in the future. There's no promises, but it's something that has been talked about and something that the team is considering.
All right. All right. Cool. But we'll get a more elaborate answer on that. That's awesome. And then I have this is a Bachelor, always a funny guy. Giving the market sentiment and winds are changeable. A dog will be distracted by a scroll. Oh, look, there's one now.
I
What's your
don't know.
favorite
I don't
color?
think leave you to answer that one. I don't know how to answer that one. Sorry.
What's your
What's
favorite color?
what's my favorite color? I mean, I don't know what the squirrel's got to do with that, but my favorite color, I think it's blue.
No, I think he's asking. Like people are really easy distracted. How will you keep their attention to the project?
Oh, okay. Well, how will we keep by continuously providing a user-friendly, platform to do their trades and making sure that all their requirements are and suggestions are taken seriously, and giving the customers what they want, giving the traders what they want. That's how we will keep our traders with us for a long amount of time.
All right, cool. Okay, so that were all the questions. I don't know if you have anything that you want to add that I forgot to ask, or
Okay.
are you good to go? What is your opinion? What?
Okay. Well, firstly, I would want to say I would want to give a happy belated birthday message to Mr. Sharkey. I think he mentioned earlier that was his birthday
Yeah.
yesterday. So happy birthday to him. And I'd like to thank you guys. There is something I would want to add about partnerships that I was thinking about during the week. I spoke to Halil about, and we are willing to give you guys and all the previous recently projects that were on your channel a very a discount if you choose to list with us. You just get in touch with us, and we will give you a discount for a basic listing, or we could work something out for the others as well. So that's something we could do. And another thing regarding you guys, we could work. We'd offer a partnership. We can any project that comes to list with us, we would send them to you guys for an AMA, or we could add this into our into our package service or something, or have you guys as a partner AMA package. And likewise, you guys could, you guys, when you have new listings, new AMAs, projects coming to you, you could send them our way.
Well, we can always talk about that. I mean, we will. I'm pretty sure the rest of the team agrees. I will never turn down something like that. So
There is
let's talk about that. That's awesome. And regarding the listing offer or the discount that you do, well, I see a few of the projects in here listening in. So guys, if you're interested, reach out and see what you can work out with them.
Yes, great, thank you. And I've just got a message back from Halil. He just mentioned about the previous question. He said we do not collect user data. We do not record any data. We do not save data other than user address and balances. Users can make transactions anonymously. So that's the answer he
Awesome.
gave.
So you still say, I mean, they claim MetaMask and such claim that they're still decentralized, but you're actually staying decentralized by
Yes,
not
yes,
collecting the data.
exactly.
Okay.
Another thing I would want to mention is sort of a discussion me and Halil was having. Again, this is as an investor, I'm telling you guys. So as from what I've seen, the integrity and the work sort of minded Halil is, and I was also talking to him just a couple of weeks ago, and regarding Bitcointry, there was a question about how we're going to get more traction onto BTTY, and what is the different thing that feature that we provide. Well, Halil was talking about in future, something that he's working on now is launching his own Bitcointry chain. So maybe that's something that you will see in the future once things are set with these small issues. You can see a Bitcointry exchange with a unique feature that no other chain has to offer yet. So that is something in the making.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes, Super Salmon, some nice alpha here. I agree. Okay, well, that's my opinion. No. Okay, well, we had lots of information. I had lots of questions. The community asked some questions as well. So everything is answered. You actually did your, well, let's say elevator pitch. Right, Galactic? We like that word. Huh? Anyway, let me jump to my conclusion about this project. I already mentioned it before. If you buy into this project, you're actually quite early. I mean, you mentioned it yourself, sky is the limit. And obviously, we still have to see if that sky will be reached. But um, the fact that you're not collecting user data, the fact that you're basically focusing country after country and not just everything and then have to uh, stop trading because of regulations or stuff like that, I think that's a positive thing. And well, people are early. If they jump in now regarding buying the token, listing their own token with you guys, there are still lots of growing opportunities for them for the token, and to me it sounds promising. I mean, that's my opinion, right, guys? I don't do not do financial advice, but that's my opinion. Like, you're still early, and it can reach high if you keep
Yes.
building the way you're doing now, keep thinking things through as you're doing now. Like with the exchange listing, like hold it off because it would just be empty marketing at that point. Just do it when the bull market hits. I mean, if you keep thinking through like that, I don't see much that could go wrong. I mean, yes, it's still crypto, but if I just look at the project itself, it's base, it's alpha. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, no problem at all. Um, well, I think we're ready for some races, aren't we?
For some races.
Yes, some rocket races, but Salmon or Shark is not paying attention.